I'm sitting in my room with the window open, and so far the villagers of Silver End are being kind. There's no noise.
Apart from the little tweeting.
Yes, apart from the birds. Yeah, there's no lawnmowers, there's no... Oh, last Saturday morning, 8 AM sharp, we had a tree removal company come in and industrial saws all over the place.
Oh, fun.
That was a rude awakening. Oh, well.
I bet. Yeah, literally a rude awakening.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, how are you anyway? How is it over there in the new house?
Well, speaking of trees, I'd spent... when was that? Wednesday, I think. Wednesday evening, maybe Tuesday evening, cutting down sort of small-ish fir trees that lined the edge of our garden. And, yeah, with a handsaw, so I was knackered.
Wow, yeah, okay.
I then ended up taking about half of them and sawing them into segments so that I could fit them in our wheelie bin for collection.
Oh, yes.
So now that that's been emptied, I've got to saw up the other half and see if I can fit them in the wheelie bin for collection. Well, not next week, but the week after. So, yeah. Talking of trees. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Couldn't you have just used some of your Stardew Valley tools? Just made it easy.
It would be useful, yeah.
Done.
Although the ones I've got in that are made of gold. I'm not sure how good a gold axe actually is for cutting things, because obviously gold's quite soft.
Yes, actually.
It does seem a bit weird that they went with gold. It's like, oh, really? That's quite a soft metal.
Yeah, they've done the same in Animal Crossing, a gold axe.
Oh, right.
That seems to be a thing they do in I'm going to say, gardening-ish games with gardening aspects. There you go.
Gardening game. That's what we need. We need Alan Titchmarsh Simulator.
Oh, don't joke. That's probably going to happen somewhere.
I bet you it's already some kind of a game. If they've got like Pippa Funnel horse racing pony thing, I'm sure there's like a ground force the game.
Yeah.
Where you play as Alan Titchmarsh and Tommy Walsh and Charlie Dimmock. And you get to
I would still
do a water feature.
There are so many simulator games at the moment, though. It's just ridiculous. I'm actually going to quickly open up the eShop and have a look, because they were just ridiculous. Because obviously I had to download Goat Simulator for Trevor, because that was on offer.
Oh, of course, yes. Yes.
Which was fun. If anyone's seen it, if they haven't, I recommend it.
What version of Goat Simulator is that? Is that the Game of the Year one?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I think I've only got the bog standard one on PS4 because it was a free download for PlayStation Plus 1 month. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that could be good for some videos. And I just never got round to ever bothering to even download it. I kind of purchased it, in inverted commas, because obviously it was technically free. But I never actually even bothered downloading and installing it.
I've done that a few.
Yeah.
I've done that for a few games. Yeah, where is it? Goat Simulator. The G-O-A-T-Y. G-O-A-T. What does that mean?
Well, usually it's Game of the Year is G-O-T-Y, but obviously because it's goat, it's a goatee.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, they've tried to be clever. They've punned you.
They've punned me, bastards. Yeah, we've got Surgeon Simulator, Motorsport Manager Simulator. You don't even race, you manage the races.
Yeah, but then there's Football Manager games, so I guess...
Yeah.
That kind of... maybe.
Police Car Chase TV Simulator. It's quite specific, that one. That's only 89p. I'm genuinely tempted to download that, actually.
Police Chase TV Simulate. So it's a simulation of you watching police chases on TV, is it?
Yes. Yeah, that looks it.
Wow. Here are you sitting on your sofa. There's the remote. On. Voiceover by Jamie Thigston.
Oh, dear. And then just the obvious ones, Farming Simulator. Oh, Bee Simulator as well, but I think I've seen that.
Is that the simulation of being a bee or being a beekeeper?
I I don't know. Unconfirmed.
Yeah, I feel like if it was just a simulation of you being a bee, so you just fly around to some flowers.
Yeah, that would be a bit strange.
Yeah.
I believe they did something similar on Dara Breen's Go 8-Bit once, didn't they? They all kept stinging Dara in the VR thing.
Yeah, they've played some god-awful games on that that should just not exist. I think actually I'm pretty sure they played Goat Simulator on there, didn't they, or something like it?
They did, yeah. They did one time, yeah.
And I think they played Battle Royale type games on there before they were really a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. If people haven't watched it, go back to UK TV Play and watch them. They are good.
Yeah, they are good. And there's some... I don't know about you, but there were some moments on there where I was like, oh, wow, I remember playing this game when I was a kid. I completely forgot that this was a...
Yeah.
I was like, that's so my childhood in a game. That's amazing. And then there were some weird pieces of stuff.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Some crazy ones. What is it? The one Robert Webb chose where you have to collect the dropping petrol or oil into a spaceship while aliens attack you. It's like a proper 80s platformer.
Yeah, that's weird as
I can't remember the name of it. If anyone remembers, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I always try to kind of think what game I would take on.
Yeah, I always imagine what would I do.
Yeah,
well, that's a good question. That could be a segment for another time. But as a brief question, what sort of games would you choose if you were going on Dara Breen's Go 8-Bit?
Well, no, that could be a collaboration. We could do an episode of Go 8-Bit.
That's another idea. Okay, yeah, good idea. All right, we'll take this off. We'll take this off pod. We'll think about this one. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know how we'd do that final round though, where we have to create a game.
Oh yeah, that
based on a game.
That might be a bit fiddly. We could maybe create it in dreams.
Yeah, we could do something. There's potential there. Great idea.
Yeah, ideas in the comments. I like that.
Yeah.
If anyone's got any thoughts,
we'll add that
or
to
if
the
anyone
other
wants to build us a game. Yeah, if anyone wants to build us a game that we can play at the end. And if you're not quite sure what we're meaning, just watch any episode of Go 8-Bit and skip right to the end and you'll see what we mean.
Yes. All right, okay, yeah, we'll take that. Anyway, I don't think I asked. How are you?
No, you did, because I then got on to trees. You asked how things were over here. We're all good. Yeah, a bit more recording done, a bit more. I'm kind of getting back on my feet with episodes and of bits and pieces and editing and whatnot. So where are we? Because we're recording this later than normal, so we're on a Saturday. Yeah. So there should have been a video out yesterday, a Hidden Gems video about the Game Gear.
Oh, okay. I don't remember seeing that pop up, but I'm going to go have a look now. Go on, sorry, carry on.
Well, as you speak, it doesn't exist yet on... Well, it does exist, but it's not public yet. But it will be public at some point during Saturday. But obviously, as people are listening to this, it already exists. But what they may have seen as well, just before this video goes live, is a little trailer for what I have coming up for the rest of the year. I thought... I didn't want to just do a bog standard channel update video, because I've done quite a few of those in the past. But I thought if I just kind of put together a little tease of what I've got planned for kind of pretty much the rest of the year, really, just at various points. Just some teases of some gameplay bits and different video series like Hidden Gems coming back and my £1 Wonders and things like that. But yeah, they're all kind of up there.
To, then.
Yeah, and I've already got one of the first videos that you'll see on the trailer, because the Hidden Gems, particular the Game Gear one, isn't on there because I knew I was releasing that before the trailer. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the first one that's on the trailer that's actually should be coming out at some point during the week next week, whenever I get round to kind of finishing the edit on it, is a new booking video. And I might see if there's time to jump back into Donkey Kong Country as well, because I've done a couple of videos way back when of the first couple of worlds of that on the SNES. So now I've got everything set up again. I'll see if I might do that for the following Sunday when we're not podcasting.
Go for it, yeah. Fair enough. Sounds structured.
Sort of what we've got. Again, I'm trying to sort of loosely structure, but again, like yourself, not go, it's Wednesday, so I need a video for Wednesday, what do I do? Or just throw anything at the wall and put it out on a Wednesday. I'm kind of going, well, I want to do these things next. When they're done, I'll upload them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, which is kind sense. Of your sort of philosophy going forward now as well, isn't it, really?
Yeah. It sounds like now you're back in the house, you've been able to make that a focus as well, so that's good. That was always the intention once we were in, to kind of properly structure myself, so and get back on it. So I don't know, obviously you've been able to kind of do some voiceover videos now that you're kind of back up and running again now, aren't you? Yeah, I've done the Animal Crossing tips and hints and top 10 shiny Pokemon. Although there are now another 104 introduced with the recent expansion pass, and I could have used a couple of those in the gameplay. But that doesn't matter, I'll do that another time. That could be an additional bit of content. Done those voiceovers, and of course Trevor did his video, that was alright.
Yep.
I try to not to watch his because they embarrass me. So I'll just let him do what he wants.
If he gets the hits and he gets the people, let him do his thing.
Exactly. And he does, which is annoying. It was a case of, I'll release it whenever I do one, and then obviously Trevor's one came out about 3 days after another one. I probably should have waited and staggered. But I mean, if you've got I say, whenever they're done, they're done.
Exactly. Rather than, I'm sitting on this video, I haven't released anything for a week, I'll release it now. If, as you say, if it's done and it's edited and you're happy with it, release it.
Yeah.
No and if it takes a week or two for the next one, it takes a week or two, and if it takes a day or two, it takes a day or two.
Exactly. I haven't really done anything lately because we've had the expansion pass out, and I'm trying to think of what to do with that, like video-wise.
Okie dokie. How have you found it?
Well, that's what I was going to talk about today. So I may segue to that. But as a very quick aside, new Pokemon Snap is coming.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
finally.
Predicted it last week. Well, not predicted. I said I wanted it last week and last fortnight, and then all of a sudden it's now a thing. So.
Yeah, we did talk about that at length, didn't we?
Yeah, what would we want? No, I think there was one of our podcasts I had a whole section of what N64 games do we want to come back.
That was one of the topics you brought up, wasn't it? That was not the last one, but possibly the one before that.
Exactly, and I predicted the future of that.
Spooky.
There was a time where there was a Switch game coming to the Pokemon game coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I said it's not going to be Gen 8, it'll be a Gen 1 remake, and then it was a Gen 1 remake. And I'm getting quite freaked out now. There was something else there was something else I predicted the future with as well. I can't remember what it was. But this is the third example of saying something, and within a week
it becomes
or 2 weeks, it becomes a thing, and I'm getting scared.
Can you say that something good will happen to the world in 2020 and let it actually happen?
Yeah. Oh, apparently by the end of June, there is literally no coronavirus anywhere in the world, and we can all go out and see our friends and family.
Excellent, and no one's in any danger of getting infected by it?
No, because it's not anywhere.
Cool, okay, lovely. I look forward to that.
And David Luiz will somehow become a better player.
No, David Luiz will decide to leave Arsenal. He wants to stay. We don't want him to go away. That's what we want to happen. And we want Man City to win the league so that Liverpool again don't win and we all laugh at them.
That would be funny. That's why David Luiz messed up.
Yeah, basically, we were trying to help Man City out. We don't want to hold them back. The goal one is they win the league, so they have to have all of the points and lots of goals.
Exactly. Yeah, look, fair enough. I got it.
Yep, that's the plan.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. Yeah. Shall I start this week? I can't this time. I don't actually remember who did.
I tried to steer you that way. I tried to steer you that way, and you...
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I completely forgot that I never mentioned that Pokemon Snap was coming, and then we ended up talking about David Luiz. Obviously, natural progression.
Makes sense. So yes, the Isle of Armor.
Isle of Armor, it's here! Hey.
Yay! It's spelt wrong, but that's fine.
Yeah, it is spelt wrong. Oh, but we won't go into that. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. The first thing I'll say, just so people know what I'm going to be talking about for the next 10 minutes, is that I give it an 8 out of 10. That is the first thing I'm saying.
Okay.
Or maybe 8.5. 9 sounds generous, but I still love it. So, but you know.
Yeah, that's a solid score.
Yeah, but this, this is coming from someone that if there was a Pokemon game that was a 5 out of 10, I'd still enjoy it because I'm into the franchise. You know, that's
true. You know. Yeah.
So an 8 out of 10 for something I'm into. Yeah. But if you enjoyed the wild area in the regular Sword and Shield, then this would be, this will be right up whoever's street wants to play.
Perfect.
It is essentially a massive, like a wild area part 2, with seas as well. Sorry, I've got my Switch here because I need to just double check the map.
Okie dokie.
But it's not. It's the wild area in Sword and Shield is very open, as in, you know, it's literally. You're walking around fields and there's trees. You know, that I know that sounds very generic, but that is pretty much it.
Yeah.
But with these, you've got caves you can go into, like walk into. You've got caves you can ride into on your bike on the water and go up onto alcoves. There's a forest you can go into, which is covered by the canopy. And you've got, let me have a look at it, 1, 2, 3. You've got 4 seas. It's not just water, it's actual seas, and they've got little island, and it's incredibly vast, the waters. All with new Pokemon on there. New to this game.
Yeah.
104 new ones introduced, so that's not bad.
So is that, sorry to stop you, that 100, is that all from old gen games that they've added in now, or have they actually put... Aside from, like, I know Kubfu, say, is a new Pokemon that's never been seen before. Are there new kind of Sword and Shield generation new Pokemon as well?
Sadly not. I was hoping there was going to be at least sort of one evolutionary line they'd just throw in and be like, hey, look at this poison type that evolves into something that's fine. You know, but no. Sadly not this time. We do have new Gigantamax forms for the starters, as well as Venusaur and Blastoise. Mm-hmm. And then we got obviously Kubfu and Urshifu. There's a new Galarian form for Slowbro.
Yep.
That's now a poison psychic type, and it's got the shell on its arm rather than its head or its tail.
Okay.
So, like, effectively, I think in anime world, a Shelder will bite its arm and it will become poisoned and infected, and it's a poison psychic type. I think that's pretty much... the gist of that. So that's it for the newish Pokemon there. I just love reading the comments on any like Pokemon post. You know, people are saying like, I don't know, you haven't added Ekans and Arbok to the game. I'm really disappointed. And I just in my head think, oh no, it's so bad that you know they've added 104 Pokemon, but because Ekans isn't there, that means this game's bad. Oh no. This expansion, this DLC must be really terrible because your one Pokemon you wanted isn't there, rather than the 104 they've added.
Of all the ones to be like, yeah, alright, Ekans and Arbok are okay, but it'd be like, no, I need Ekans.
Exactly. It's
why?
Just go play Let's Go and shut up. Yeah, it's...
Can you not just transfer it over from Pokemon Home?
What, onto Sword and Shield?
Yeah. Is that not one of the ones that's compatible anyway? Oh.
Not yet, no.
Oh.
There's currently only 504 usable on Sword and Shield at the moment.
The only reason I say that is because I knew that there were certain ones that were compatible that you couldn't actually catch.
Yes. Yeah, there's a few like that. Sadly,
Okay.
Ekans and Arbok isn't one of them. Sorry, that
Oh
person.
no. Oh shit.
Yeah. What was I going to say then? Yeah, no, it's I've completely forgot what I was going to say then. No, 104 new ones. It's 504 you can use. That was it. I'm with it. But like I keep thinking, and I almost want to reply to comments, because they're programmed into Pokemon Home, it means that they will be available eventually on something. They're not going to have a storage system you can put something in that you can never use. That's just like... By the way, you can store... I'll use it again as an example. You can store Ekans and Arbok here, but you can't do anything with it. I mean, that's not going to happen.
No.
So we've got a second DLC, obviously. I think they said like autumn, winter time, so it's probably going to be like September, October. I'm saying October, November. And if it's not in there, there'll be another 100 odd. That'll take it up to about like 600 odd out of 890. So almost, pretty much over 2/3 will be available then. But who's to say they're not going to do a third DLC? Because a lot of games do that.
True. Yeah, they've only advertised 2 at the moment. It would be a bit annoying if they then made you pay for a third DLC.
Yeah, it would. I don't think they will.
Like, it should be if you bought the pack of both of them and then they do a third one, that should then be part of that pack.
Yeah, no, I do agree. That was another thing that kept making me laugh. People were saying this isn't value for money, and I'm like, no, because you're only getting half of it so far.
And chances are the Crown Tundra will be bigger, because usually when companies do this with DLC, they'll release them kind of almost in order of smallest one first, and then if there's a second one, it's a bit bigger, and if there's a third one, it's a bit bigger. That's usually how they don't go, here's the big super duper woohoo one right at the beginning, because then no one's going to want any of the ones afterwards.
Exactly. And I'm someone that doesn't agree with the whole sort of argument, which is, why does it have to be DLC? Why can't we just buy a complete game? And I'm just like, well, yeah, but
that'll cost more.
Yeah, it's like, why can't they just put everything in the game to start with? And I'm like, right, okay, imagine this. All right, they've put everything in the game to start with, and it's still 50, 55, whatever. Then what? When that game's released in November and you've got everything, what's going to happen then? Nothing for like 2 years until the next one. That's it. You've got nothing. And I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to have everything at the beginning, because then I'm the kind of person that rushes to complete it, because I'm a completionist. So then after a month and I've done it all, that's it. I've got nothing left to do for a whole year.
They wouldn't charge you only 50 quid for it either.
No, it would be a lot more.
Because they go, this business model is impractical, and if we've got these other bits and pieces that we're going to charge for, they'll charge it to you all in one go. So you're not essentially winning in terms of having it all in there at the beginning anyway, because if you decide you only want the base game, you only have to pay for the base game. Like at the moment, I haven't paid for and don't have the DLC, so I don't have those extra bits, but I didn't have to pay full, like, huge top dollar for the base game because those extra bits aren't included in it, so I haven't had to pay for them.
That's exactly right. Yeah. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's dumb, isn't it?
Well, well, not tough, but I could moan about people like that all day, but then again, it is a very small section of the fan base. The rest of them are happy at the fact that we've got a wild area, effectively, with over 10 new locations and 104 Pokemon to do. And of course, I haven't even mentioned the fact that there is actually a bit of story to it as well.
Oh, of course, yes. Yes, there is actually a...
And the one thing... I won't go into the story in case anyone's planning to do it, but it is good. I mean, it's obviously a smaller story than than we're used to on a main game, but then again, it's not supposed to be a lot. It's DLC.
Yeah, exactly.
I think by the end of day one, by the end of Wednesday, I'd pretty much just come to finishing the sort of main story-ish element of it, which was fine. But yeah, I'd recommend it. It is fun. I was going to say something else about it again, and it's gone. No, it's gone. I completely forgot what I was going to say. I keep putting tangents in my own head.
Brains melted.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that was it. My favourite bit of the whole thing. This isn't post-game DLC, although obviously you can do that. Because I pretty much everyone that downloaded this DLC has done it already, has done the main game already, and you're champion of the region and all of that, and they've gone across.
Yeah.
But it's got level scaling.
Oh, okay.
And I tried this out because I did it on my sword game where everyone's level 100. So effectively all the wild, like in the regular wild area, when you're all level 100, all the wild Pokemon in the wild area, they're about level 60ish. They sort of max out at that. And that's the same for this DLC. All the wild Pokemon were about level 60ish. All the trainer battles were about level 60, 70ish. So they sort of scaled, which is around the level you would be if you literally just finished the Pokemon League.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Which is fine. And I was fine with that, but obviously all of mine were level 100, so all the battles were fairly easy and things like that. But I have since started a new game on Shield, because I thought, there's certain version exclusive elements, small though, but certain ones I thought, well, I'll try it out on this one. And before I've even got my first gym badge, as we were saying, as soon as you can access the wild area, which is what I did, you can then go over to the Isle of Armour. It's as simple as,
because you meet that person with the big hat and you see the Slowpoke, don't you?
Yeah, you do indeed. I mean, you know, as soon as you access the wild area, you have to go to the end of the wild area, go up the town and talk to the Sonia. But as soon as you've done that bit, you can then just go back to the train station, do all of that bit, and then go off to the Isle of Armour. That's it. And I went there with level 13s, and the first trainer battle I had, his maximum level was level 13. So it was absolutely bang on for level scaling.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, and since I've leveled up a few Pokemon over there, I did a bit of training. They are, like, every sort of encounter or battle is relative to the badges you've got and the level of Pokemon you have. And I think that's really clever, really good idea. So at any point in the game, you can just think, I'm going to go off and do that now. I'll go do the wild area, the Isle of Armour element of this game.
And presumably the same will apply for the Crown Tundra as well when that comes out.
I would assume so.
If anyone hasn't got the game by the time that one comes out, you've got the whole thing at your feet right from the beginning of the game. Obviously, we don't know what you have to do to actually get to the Crown Tundra yet. That might be something... You might have to have a certain amount of badges, maybe, or you might have to get to a certain point in the actual storyline. Maybe. We don't obviously know. But once you get to there, if that's a prerequisite, you've then got basically the whole thing open to you.
Yeah,
at whatever level you are. That's pretty intriguing, to be honest.
Yeah, it is pretty good. So it's... I think the Crown Tundra, I haven't... Like you say, I don't know how that will work, but that's got more of a legendary Pokemon sort of focus. Because you've got the birds there and the sort of dens where you can catch things. Obviously, the main story, there's certain bits in the main story where you need to have a high level of that Pokemon to be able to do it. I'm trying not to give away spoilers for people. But there's a bit where they sort of recommend you're this level or higher. I haven't got to that bit on my Shield run through yet, but I think that that's right near the end of the main story. So I think that's when they go, you've done all that, but come back when you're stronger and you can finish this off.
Right, okay, yeah.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
With the circumstance of what that bit of story is, it's very much fair enough.
Okay.
But that's it. Yeah, I'll stop there. I would recommend it. It is good. It is very enjoyable. Even if the main story does sort of taper off after a while, you've still got then an entire... It's a fantastic place, location-wise. It's incredible. It's good. Would recommend.
And what is it? £25, isn't it?
Yeah, about that. 25, 26, 7, somewhere around that bit. Mid to high 20s-ish. Yeah, I mean, even if people wait...
prices, to be honest.
Exactly. Even if people want to wait till Tundra's there and play both at the same time, fine. But I see it as you're paying for both of them that are, that are going to be released by winter, and you're getting one of them early. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
That's just effectively how I see it. You're paying for half a game and
Nice.
you're getting half of the half a game early. Right, anyway, yeah, sorry. I'll stop there.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Sounds
be playing.
good.
Indeed,
Well, it's kind
yes.
of
It's
because
been
it
fun.
was very much one of those things of like I kind of want to see how they do things with it before I pay the money for it, because
Yeah.
as I'm sure you can appreciate, things are a little tight with fundings
Yes.
and whatnot. So I mean, I will probably wait until later in the year when the Crown Tundra is out and get the whole thing then. But
Yeah, makes sense.
at least it's going to be worth actually paying the money for. So
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's
It was fun. And if there's 2 areas, to explore at once, that's ages of
Yeah.
time. That's brilliant.
yeah, exactly. And I was planning on doing a similar sort of thing and stealing Karina's sword and starting a new game on that. So
Oh right, yeah.
what I might do is do kind of what you've done and bolt it onto my end game and then go through the whole thing.
Not a bad idea at all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on from new games that you pay for to games you don't pay for.
Oh, okay.
Free to play games.
Free inverted commas or free?
Free in all the inverted commas you can bloody think of.
Free, not microtransactions, but probably gains.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen, keeping on the Switch thing, I was intrigued by things that I'd seen for the Elder Scrolls Blades game.
I've heard of,
anything to do with that? Right. I'm coming from a point where generally speaking, I don't have anything to do with free-to-play gaming.
Right.
I do not see the appeal of it. I don't like it because it's not free to play, because
No.
it basically stops you at the earliest opportunity unless you give it lots of money.
Yeah.
So I saw this and I was like, okay, it looks quite good for what you can do with it. It is free, so let's give it a chance and see what it does. And for the first couple of hours, I was like, actually, this isn't too bad. Like, they've got quite a lot of scale here. Essentially what it is you're a member of the Blades, and you come back to the town where you were kind of brought up, and the whole thing's been levelled. So the whole town is in ruins.
Okay.
And the idea is you follow the main storyline of this kind of oppressive queen, and when you can, you build up your town to kind of give yourself a blacksmith and build houses for people so that they can live in, and people can come flooding back into the town because basically everyone's scarpered.
Yeah.
And after a couple of hours, lo and behold, we get to the whole, oh, you're not at the right level to carry on with the storyline in this game. Why don't you do these boring quests instead, which is go to a cave and kill some goblins again and
good.
again and again, and you get virtually no gold coins for it. You get virtually no experience for it. It's like, oh.
However,
How
if
else
you
do-
pay this much,
Yeah, well, this is it. It's like, so how else do I progress then? Is because it actually gives you a warning of, you're not strong enough for this quest, so you're probably going to die, basically. So what it says is either go and level up or get better equipment. It's like, oh, okay, I'll get better equipment then. How do I do that? Right, well, I can buy bits of equipment, but not much that's much better than what I've got. But what I could do is get legendary things with gems. How do you get gems? Money.
money, of course.
So, yeah, it just basically reinforced my whole, I hate this style of game
Yeah.
so much. Because it gives you so much potential at the beginning of, you can do this, and why don't you try doing this, and this is quite fun. And you get that kind of storyline
Right.
element through it, like you would with a normal kind of action-adventure game.
Yeah.
And yeah, it grinds you to a halt almost immediately. It just gives you enough to get you kind of invested in it a little bit and get you involved in it, and then it's like, right, okay, stop.
Yeah. I think the most common one I found for things like that is, like, you've got a certain... You do a thing, and the thing takes up one object or item or one piece of energy or something, and you have 10 per day, and they regenerate once every 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
So after about half hour, when you've used them all up, you've got to wait an hour and a half to get one, or you could buy them.
Yeah, there's a lot of that as well. There's a lot of like at the moment I'm trying to build more houses for people, but for whatever reason I don't have any copper.
Right, okay.
So it's like, oh, you need to go out and do quests for getting copper, or you can buy chests with items in. There's no guarantee there'll be any copper in there, but there might be. But they cost gems, and you have to pay for gems with actual money.
Which is a pain.
Yeah, so at the moment I can't build any houses because I've got no copper.
Oh, isn't that always the way?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you just moved into a house.
Yeah, but I've got no copper. Yeah.
Is that just localised to that specific game, or is that have you found that with a lot of others? Which I assume I know the answer to this.
To be honest, I must have done, because I kind of avoid these sorts of games like the plague.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of flicking through the eShop on my lunch break one day, and kind of remember seeing bits and pieces in the the kind of news feed that you get.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I remember seeing something about that a little while ago. Let's have a look. Oh, it's free. Okay, so this is probably going to be some kind of stupid cash grab. But it looks quite good for what the screenshots and videos were showing you. So I was like, well, we'll give it a try. It's free. If I don't like it, I'll delete it.
Yeah.
And a few, by the end of kind of a week's worth of playing it during my lunch breaks for a little bit, was like, oh yeah, this has just reinforced why I hate this model of game.
I remember now.
Yeah, now I realise why I hate this kind of game. I think the last time I did it was, funnily enough, it was another Bethesda thing. It was Fallout Shelter.
Yeah.
But that was a lot more, like, I prefer that. That was a lot more open. You could do more things with that. But it was still very much, you have to do certain things at certain levels, and you can only get to those levels unless you buy your way there, pretty much. Otherwise it's just grinding time for the sake of time.
The grind is real.
Yeah.
I don't mind a grind on a game if it's enjoyable, but if I know it's going to take ages and I don't even know if there's a real payoff, pardon the pun. Yeah.
I've got no issue to investing like 40 or 50 hours into a game.
Yeah.
As long as I can kind of do that at the pace that if I want to literally sprint to the end of it. Like, can you imagine that with the Breath of the Wild?
Oh, what?
If you were like, well, you can't get into this town. You can't get into this town until you have this item. How do I get that item? Well, you can either spend the next 60 hours hoping you might find them when you kill random enemies, or you can buy it with actual money.
Yeah. I wouldn't be a fan of it. I'd rather just do the 60 killing. Yeah.
Who knows how long that would take. Yeah. Whereas a game like that is literally so open, you can do what you like in what order you like, however long you like. You can spend 10 hours on it and complete it, or you could literally spend 100 and do all of the things.
Yeah.
And different people will get different levels of enjoyment from what they want to do with it. But I just don't understand what kind of person this game is for. It's like mobile gaming. I don't see the point in it.
Yeah,
It's not fun.
No, there's a couple of ones that are, like the Pokemon Go I'm fine with. I can just sit there every now and again and just flick a ball at a thing and it just kills a bit of boredom. Like if I'm sitting on a bus or something, just like, there, lovely. Oh, I'm here, good. I'm not, I'm not a big fan of like the whole Facebook scrolling and all that stuff. I can't be bothered with that.
No.
Yet. I'll get into it. I'm behind. Twitter's fine. Anyway, that's, a game that you don't have to think on a mobile is fine. Like, a couple of like word puzzle games. I'm alright with them because they're not games.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and nothing's locked behind anything with them. It's just this is the game you have. That's it. There's no kind of extra bits hidden behind money. It's just, this is what you get. You either will like that or you won't. You're not really meant to be playing it for 4 hours in a row.
Yeah. But no, I agree with you. Mobile games, the actual serious ones, I don't really get. Like this, what the big one at the moment? What is it? Something like Heroes. What is it? Rise of the Shadow something.
Is it one of those you pay for warriors and you kill things?
Probably.
One of them ones.
Yeah, more than likely. Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, is that sort of thing.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Legends as well, Mobile Legends. I don't get them because they are basically you have to pay to do anything good. Otherwise
yeah, because you have to pay for certain units, don't you? You have to pay for certain hero units that are like big powerful monsters, but you can't just unlock them in the game. You have to buy them in order to win, and if you don't have those, you lose all the time and you don't get through to the next level. Yeah
And you can't go anywhere or do anything, so it's like, right, I might as well delete this game then.
I might as well not bother. Well, that's basically what's going to be happening to this one, because it's just pointless. I've got to about level 9. I've managed to build a few houses. I've built a blacksmith, and I've built like a sort of a medicine shop so that I can buy potions and stuff.
Right, okay.
And that's all I can do now. I'm now stuck unless I actually throw money at the game. Or sit there for hours doing the level 1. Oh, you can complete this quest. Yeah, because it's a really easy quest I completed at like level 3, where it's just, here are some goblins, go into the cave and kill them.
Yeah.
Cool. And you get no reward from it because it's a really easy, basic quest.
Yeah. I think one of the other main things I found was that, I'll use your example, level 9, you know. The first 9 levels you can progress fairly well. You got your next sort of milestone and you know what you need to do, and you can just about get there over a day or two. And then for no reason, like level 9 to 10 will be, cool, now here's your next milestone. Everything is like 200 times more than you got from the last one. And it's like, well, that's a bit of a steep jump.
That's a spike and a half. Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like they tried to entice me in with the first 9 levels.
Yeah.
And now they want my money. Well, delete.
Yeah,
because I had a simulating-y, fishing-y type game once, because it was fairly engaging. You know, it's one of those that can do work offline, so you can just like set it up and bugger off for 8 hours, and then come back and go, oh, that's nice. But then it just got to a point where to get to the next island to get the next fish, went from like, you know, it cost you 10,000 to like, all right, this will cost you 5 trillion. I'm like, right, well, let's get rid of that then.
I'm going to be literally 90 years old by the time I have that. It's like, or you could pay for it with actual money.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could pay to get all your values, you know, quadrupled for £10. Well, I'm not going to do that, am I? So goodbye.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Free to play games, be careful.
It'd be interesting to see if there's a counterpoint to this. If anyone listening really gets anything out of them, and maybe you spend a couple of pounds here or there, but technically speaking you're able to get kind of everything out of the game and you're not paying, because I know most games now that come out new are sort of £50-ish, and you might go, well, that's a lot of money for, you don't even know what's going to be in it. And at least this way I can pay a couple of pounds and see if I like it, and if I do, I'll keep paying a couple of pounds here and there, and you might be able to get everything out of the game after only spending, like, say, I don't know, £15 for argument's sake.
Yeah.
And in which case then, yes, it's not a free-to-play game, but you've bought a game for £15, that's not too bad.
Yeah, exactly. Do let us know. Contact us and we will.
Obviously we've got one very specific viewpoint on this between the two of us.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, I put the odd £1 or £2 in, but yeah, so it's not too bad, but you know, yeah. No, I agree.
So yeah, that's my sort of take for for the fortnight, if we like.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'm just trying to think of any. The new Pokemon trailer had a free-to-play game about Pokemon Calf. Haven't even looked at that yet because I know
I saw that. That was weird.
I know there's going to be a point where they'll say, right now you need to give us money.
Yeah, so that you can get the ingredients to cook these bits of whatever.
Yeah, I'll sod all that.
Because Pikachu wants a souffle and you've got no milk.
Pikachu wants a souffle, you've got no milk, it'll cost you £5.
Yeah, exactly. £5 for milk? Bloody hell, that's expensive.
Yeah. Well, yeah, although as a brief aside, they did say in this Pokemon announcement, not on the 24th of June, there's going to be another Pokemon announcement.
So they announced an announcement?
Yeah. They had an 11-minute trailer, obviously some Sword and Shield expansion pass stuff, a couple of little games. But at the end, he did say, we've got another project that I'm very interested to tell you all about, but that's going to be revealed, like, we're going to go into that on next week, on the 24th. It sounded like the next big game. And everyone's saying, oh, it's going to be Gen 4 remakes, which have been rumoured for about 5 years. But I've just got this feeling it's going to be Let's Go Johto, and it's going to be like, oh, for God's sake, Gen 4.
That would make more sense if they did them in order.
Yeah, I think Let's Go Johto's are very likely. Oh, there you go, there's my claim for the next Predicting the Future.
Yeah, that would make much more sense for them to, as they've started at Gen 1, especially with people like me, I would now be intrigued because I don't know anything about Johto.
Yeah.
I would be, because I played a bit of Gold briefly, but not much.
Yeah.
Because I was like, new Pokemon, I don't know what you are, go away. Yeah, so that would probably make the most sense. Yeah, exactly. That would make the most sense, just do them in order, and do it as a Let's Go style, and make that kind of the remake style, separate from whatever Gen 9 becomes.
Yeah. Have you done your Gen 1 only playthrough yet?
Not finished it, no, I'm still doing it.
Oh, fair enough.
But what I might do is actually encompass that with my playthrough of Sword. I might start again.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I think there's a few more Gen 1 Pokemon available on this expansion pass. Ooh.
There's quite a few from what I've seen.
Yeah. So, you don't have to have the game to get them either. You could download Pokemon Home for your phone or whatever, I don't know. Or you could find a trade and people will trade it across.
Mm.
I mean, if
I could
if you
even
wanted to
find
use
them
any and I
on
had
Let's
them, I could
Go.
trade them to you, so there you go.
Presumably I could find them on Let's Go and trade them across from there anyway, couldn't I?
Perfect, yeah, exactly right, yeah.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's all I had for today.
Yeah, I feel like that's that.
That's that, right, okay, bye. Right, that's that. Tick.
Done.
Right,
edit.
Yeah, no, sorry, go on. Yeah, I'm actually going to go out food shopping because I'm an adult now.
Fun.
Yeah, are you going to do much for the rest of your day?
I'm probably going to start cutting those trees up and sticking them in my wheelie bin because, again, I'm an adult.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And, yeah, if I get time, I will work on the edit for the video during the week.
Fair enough.
But if I don't, I won't.
Fair enough. And equally, if I get time, I'll try and do a quick summary or why you should buy the expansion party type video.
Okie dokie.
Just so I've got visual aids as to what I was talking about today. Just be like, there's this and this happens and you have this.
Would you maybe go into a bit more spoilers or probably not?
No, probably not still actually.
Okay.
I won't go into spoilers of the story, but if people don't want to know anything about it, then don't watch the video, obviously. But I'll explain that at the start. I'm going to tell you what you can do on the island, but not the story. So if you don't want to know anything, don't watch. But if you're not bothered, crack on.
Cool.
Yeah. All right then. Lovely stuff. Well, until next 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
We might be allowed out by then. You never know.
Might be allowed out. We've got a big project hopefully starting to get planned soon, so we want to be able to get out.
Yeah, we were probably looking at roughly sort of now to actually do it, weren't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sort of, roughly. We certainly would have planned it a lot more.
Yeah, that's been put on the back burner. Oh well, it'll happen.
Before Christmas. I keep saying before Christmas.
We'll keep teasing it. Yeah. All right then. Well, yes. Thank you for listening and stroke watching the pictures, everyone. Yes. All right. Well, until next time. See you all later.
See you later, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. To keep up to speed with everything we're doing, you can find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. If you wish to support us financially, you can do so over on Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Till next time, we'll see you very soon. Goodbye.